Last week's recap. Ah! Done.
Yeah, just screaming into the void and a random bullet.
Actually, there's some specific details. Basically, last week started with 2 people, one being a PC, one being an NPC, getting chucked into a portal. Well, Waystone, portal. To where we were trying to get to ixnay them out of the fight to make it a little easier on the. I don't know what his name technically would be. Not gardener, groundskeeper.
Groundskeeper? The Chthonic groundskeeper?
Chthonic groundskeeper.
Hey, I remembered.
Which was also an excuse out of game because Alec wasn't here for the entire time, so just don't worry about that. Said groundskeeper then fucking curbstomps the Christ into us. Starting off with stunning 3 of us for a noticeable amount of time. We're like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Meanwhile, everyone's going, oh god, oh god, oh god. He decides to jump at Anushka, who is almost immediately killed.
He did
when she gets back up.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
But you got Craig to get back up.
Yeah, which actually made it a very
Yeah, who
cinematic?
I feel Fred, did you give me a token? I can't remember.
No, it was me. It
was you. Oh, well.
Yeah, I threw like yeah, no problem.
Wrong person.
You saved Orianna once with that, so like at the very least we're even.
No, this death save was all nat.
No. What we're saying is you would have killed her, but I used Bumbling Buffoon to make it so one of the attacks missed, and then she rolled death save and got a natural 20.
Yes,
that's what happened.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
What you're remembering, Kirsty, is the sleight of hand skill check for grabbing your bullet.
So it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot
Okay.
that.
Yeah. I remember now.
Yeah. Which goes into one of the few things we actually have to recap, which is she had a coming to faith moment of her
coming out of faith. Really, we're
coming out of faith. Yeah, let's go with that one. That's more appropriate. She was offered the chance of power
Arriving
to try
at
and help.
crossroads.
Yeah, she was offered the chance of power to help and save her allies, and she decided to shoot it in the face instead of taking its offer. Which then did end up helping because the bullet. Yeah, the bullet had a very weird ricochet pattern, even though it should only go straight and just forever go straight. Really weird ricochet from that.
I see that you decided to piss off the Felgar that holds domain over you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing bad will happen from that.
Yes.
No.
It almost
nothing will happen.
Sips tea worriedly.
It almost did have an immediate bad effect of you started forgetting every memory of your brother, and then you held on to it. So good job, Anushka.
Yeah, and then immediately asked Orianna to, regularly remind her. Yes.
Nag the shit out of me every single moment you have. And it's like, okay.
Hey, Kirsty, what was the brother's name?
Vidriev. I can type it out if you want.
You said it, yeah, thank you, because you said it so quickly during sesh. I was like, what the hell did she say?
Oh yeah, sorry, I know. It's because I didn't want to hold
her
this up.
Hey, what was the name?
No, it's perfect. Good delivery. I just didn't catch it.
Wait a minute, it's hard for me to spell with my.
With your 2 covered hands.
There we go.
With my Scottish brain.
My Scottish brain can't compute. Ah, fuck! Ow! I just got my cuff off my teeth.
Ooh!
Ow! I had a
Vidriev.
good run up and everything.
Painful.
I'll go to the hospital now and get my teeth done.
It's Britain. They don't have any fix for that. They would have used it years ago otherwise.
No, my god.
Just casually calling her British, huh?
Oh yeah, how dare you? But no, my teeth were the classic case of British teeth when I was a child, so I will accept that.
It's great. We love fucked up teeth.
Hey, join me, sister. Join me.
Woo!
Got this new crown in.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Anywho.
Just replace your teeth with crowns and bridges.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Just get metal teeth. Easy.
File them down,
Remove-
get the
remove all
news,
teeth.
call it a day.
I'll just get some
Just
dentures.
stop subsisting on physical food and just
exist on
the souls of your
universe.
enemies.
But the Scottish aren't allowed to wear crowns anymore, I thought.
All right.
No,
well done.
no. Yeah, that's funny.
Anyways,
Yeah, where were we?
had a coming out of faith moment, shot a god in the face, hit the Chthonic groundskeeper again. Oh, also Delvit actually saved her asses with Bless, because fuck, 3 people got stunned. 3 people could not pass stun subjects.
No joke. Delvit is the real MVP here for this fight in my book.
That's his only spell slot.
Goddamn, he used it well.
Well, shit.
Well, until you gotta take a short rest.
I'll race him right.
You sure did.
Yeah.
His class is all detailed out. All I need now is to pick you guys to pick a subclass.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we.
Oh, yeah, for the voting thing. Yeah.
Correct.
Did I vote? I can't remember. I think I
did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I think Dorky and Need Not are the only 2 that haven't voted, and Need Not saving her vote to be a tiebreaker if that pops up, and Dorky isn't here.
If not, I will assume in a abstain. But I don't know, tomorrow or something.
What's going on about? Yeah. I think there was only, if you take out the Bless, I think during all of our rolls, only 1 person would have passed. I think Allura rolled like a 17 and they needed an 18. That's where the Bless came in. So it's like, it carried our asses out of that. We ended up beating the groundskeeper. Yeah, we ended up beating the groundskeeper. Started looking at the portal thing, and then Emmerich.
Emmerich.
Is that his
correct?
Yeah. Surprised I remember that. He ended up showing up. Finishing off the activation of the portal thing. Recharging our local cleric. And that's when Anushka was like, "Hey, remember my brother's name?" It's like, "All right, cool." Then we jumped through the portal. We were going to determine if we need a short rest. We do. After we went through it and made sure our NPCs, I mean party members, not NPCs, were alive. And that's where we kind of left off, just going through the portal, which I feel like that might have danger in and of itself, but since it was like kind of a thing that's established with the area, it might not be that dangerous. I don't know. I don't think we had a choice in that moment.
I mean, you guys are using teleportation circles, so it's not like you guys are casting the spell teleport or anything like that. It's not like you're risking it. It's like more equivocal to using an elevator.
Okay, okay. It's very grounded teleportation.
Yeah. That being said, elevators are dangerous too. I remember seeing that video 2 weeks ago of a guy going up an elevator and there's a piece of wood that was hanging on the way and it fucking scared the piss out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if I can find it.
Spooky shit.
Let's see. Scary elevator. Okay, that was clearly the wrong thing to look up on YouTube, but whenever it does. Whenever I find it. Anyways.
A Scarelevator.
Yeah. Elevators can be dangerous too. Just like this teleportation port. But no more so than usual. So. Please. Oop, not on. That's where I got myself. I knew it!
Did it die? The second we started?
No, we got a vote.
Where's the vote button?
I got it. I do this voting thing on another bot anyways, in another server, so I don't really give a shit.
They want to use our basic features, make it so that we're higher voted than everything else.
I mean, they can take this fucking vote, dude. Like
if it works, it works.
It just works.
Thanks, Todd. All right, so
it's you all guys fun games. Oh, sorry, go on.
You guys are teleporting. Let's just play that. Come on, send command. Thank you. Oh, that's the video. Thank you, Nina. Thank you for saving me some headache from looking for that. Thank you very much. Taking inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking rats. Inspiration.
Hey, man, I've seen that. Oh,
that was from that was in January. That was in January. It was pretty recent.
I don't have.
Yeah, it's fucking shit. You can even see like he's filming his hand afterwards to see how like jarred he is.
Jittery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Oh no! Yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah, I wonder. Here's what country he's because I know elevator standards drastically change across countries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And has some not great ones, despite how tall some of the buildings are. Anyways, so you guys teleport through. As you guys are mid teleport, your senses begin immediately fluxing from that humid, arid environment that at the place of power to one that's much more drier. The smell of old parchment begins flooding your nostrils and stuff like that, as well as other smells, the smells of fire, the smells of ozone, things of that nature. And when you guys finish your teleportation, you see that you're in a large hall, absolutely devastated. Bookshelves are all toppled over. Some of them are still on fire. You guys are on the upper shelf, I would say, an upper landing of a stairway. To your left and right goes up even more height to access even more study areas and bookshelves and stuff like that. Directly ahead of you is the stairway that leads down. You could see all around, this place is not dark, there are some very dim lights that sort of populate the columns of this room, the foundation pillars. And there was a large crystalline candelabra-looking thing above you, although it's immensely dilapidated, missing 2/3 of its crystals. It still provides some very low ambient light for the entire structure, like the sort of like dark green light. And it's in this sort of basilica, this sort of like rounded dome area. That's where it's perched at. Surrounding it, it's not a very large basilica. You could see I guess you'd say the windows that lead outside. You could tell because you could see the sky and its lack of light and stars and stuff like that. So that's quote unquote the way out. That chandelier or candelabra, chandelier, yeah. That chandelier is 60 some feet up, maybe higher. So it's definitely a hell of a climb if you can climb that to get up there. As you guys are taking your environment, seeing all this devastation around, most of it is pretty trackable. This trail of destruction and ruin starts on the upper side, your guys' upper right side. You can tell by all the burn marks, the smell of something gross, like swamp gas-esque, something caustic, that sort of smell. It lingers, seeing little puffs of it still. Little clouds, like mist. It goes from the upper right down the stairway to basically in front of where you guys are, then down the staircase. And then obviously down there is basically a fucking battlefield in terms of devastation. And it is in that battlefield that you guys could see the battered, I'm not gonna say remains because it makes it sound dead, like they're dead, but you could see the assorted battered forms of your allies. Alessander, you are amongst that, having gone through approximately 60 seconds, less than that, 48 seconds of how to say, dealing with a mage that has no restraint. No rationing, no nothing. So a mage that is going all out. And not a weak one at that. Equivocal to being shot at by high caliber artillery. It's not a pleasant thing, to say the least. I will say that all the Delta Corps in this group are conscious, although conscious and able to walk easily are two different things. as you guys are surveying and getting a secure lay of the land, you guys could see some Blackwater runners floating down from those windows up above, sort of descending like these weird skeletal pirate angels in a way, back onto the battlefield. The eldritch form of Sakani is nowhere to be seen. Having been, I guess, shunted, dispelled, rejected, ejected, about a minute ago. A couple minutes ago. You guys are on the 1.5 floor, I guess, because you're on a landing that looks over the ground floor. There's a second story to your guys' left and right. And you could see at the far ends of those two floors are large stairways that just ascend down. Like they are their own facet of the wall. Like that's how pronounced they are. I guess they look semi-equivocal to like a really fancy mystical elevator shaft, although from what you guys can see, there's not really an elevator. Just stairs.
We know what an elevator is.
Yeah, you guys have been on an elevator in the drop.
Oh,
Yep.
a number of us haven't. Oh wait, no, we all went that. Yeah.
What do you guys do?
So
Okay, so you're done with the description. Cool.
they can see Alexander. I assume Alexander can see them as well.
Yes, you are a bit scorched. You're definitely hurting, but you can see them.
I think currently he's sitting on an overturned. This is like a library, correct? So there would be bookshelves. Yeah, so overturned bookshelf. He is slumped. He still has Imperador in his right hand. Finger not on the trigger, but thumb on the hammer. His other hand is kind of holding a wound at his side, and as he looks up, and you see him take a head count, let out a sigh of relief, and you see that there's a sort of big gash on his forehead where his blood is dripping down, keeping his left eye kind of half closed. But despite the pain he must be and the exhaustion, perhaps he's certainly relieved. He smiles. Took you all long enough.
Glad to see you in one piece, more or less.
More or less.
Yeah,
You look like shit.
Orianna. Yeah, Orianna wants to kind of rush down there just to make sure everyone else is okay.
You begin surging down the steps, your footsteps echoing, bouncing around this hall. I will say there is still some other happenings in the repository. You guys could hear every now and again the sounds of gunshots. Well, spell rifle shots. Not really guns, but they are guns. Don't think about it too much.
It sounds close, but not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain art. It sounds more akin to Alexander shooting than
Right.
like
Pew,
Understood
pew, pew.
shooting.
Right.
Exactly.
So we can take a fair assumption that it's the enemies and not like our ghostly allies that have guns.
Actually, none of them have guns.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
They have cannons though.
Oh, ghost cannons.
There is a
How am I
cannon down here.
How did they fucking get a because they're ghosts? That's how.
It's a ghost cannon, yeah.
Alexander,
It
you
is,
know, like when that cannon showed up, as soon as they saw Sakani, they just dropped a cannon down here. Like they went to their ship,
Don't fuck with that.
they chucked it in.
Thank God that cannon died.
Yeah, that cannon. It's a 16-pounder.
That cannon has
they
a
did
song
use it.
name
They did use it on Sakani.
And how
Two-
effective?
Yeah, decent effect.
Okay.
He did definitely immediately roast everyone that was around it, though. So, yeah, what you get. So you guys begin rushing
Delvet
down.
around?
Delvet followed in with you guys, yes.
Yeah.
And he's just sort of taking in like this sort of shocked like look on his face, like he's cautious. He's looking around in simultaneous concern and awe.
By the way, Alessandra, I say this in earshot of Delvet. Your boy there was instrumental in the fight before we came here. If not for him, I don't think any one of us would have survived that. Instrumental.
He listens to what Keenan has to say. He's staring at him for a moment before his eyes turn to Delvin, and he says, "Oh no, he's my cadet after all." Or, you wouldn't say that. You would say, taught him everything he knows.
Well, it sure came in handy.
Well, look at us. Ain't we a sorry sight? I don't think splitting up is in our cards.
Looking at the state of us, I'm keen on agreeing.
Some movement begins happening from a pile of toppled over bookshelves, and in approximately like 10 or so seconds, one of the topmost bookshelf begins being moved and stuff like that. And Delvin immediately begins aiming at the pile out of logic.
Alessander too.
You know who's under it.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah. I mean, you can still aim. That's fair game. You can see Frisk begins like shoving an entire bookshelf off of him, like sort of sliding it, just hurling it.
Glad to see you still kicking Frisk.
Frisk is missing probably a significant, or my bad, not missing, but a significant chunk of his armor is heavily battered, burned caustically, or burned firely. Gotta say you're alright too. Friend. Feel like shit, but ain't the normal.
Turning the Keenan, Manon, and Alora, Alessandra will say, you know, for a man who was half dead not too long ago, that half of him that was alive should have fight like sin.
Can't believe we got fucking tossed in here. But I think this was a better fight.
It's the fight we were needed in.
How's everyone? He says, like, at the group descent. I guess you guys have already descended down the staircase. Yeah, you guys look as bad as we are.
I certainly feel that way.
It certainly took a beating, I think. Don't really want to do that again.
There was a lot of ups and downs.
Yes. Why did we come here again? Oh, right. Yes, book.
Y'all know if it's safe to sit around and take 10 minutes to just sort of catch our breaths?
Oh, I would love that, please.
Yeah.
If we don't, we're as good as
You're on
dead.
my vote.
Where's Blair at? That was Garth asking more than Orianna asking. Orianna's just like looking around trying to find him. And I guess Kasai, because I haven't heard Kasai yet. I don't have anything to add to perception. Please don't be blind. 15's a respectable number.
On the ground floor that you guys descended down onto, there is a hallway, an entryway, an archway opposite of you, like directly forward opposite of you. It's a large doorway that was once very immaculate and resplendent. Now it's immensely damaged. Its marble sheen having lost a lot of its luster and voidic influence growing out of it. These sort of, not tendrils or vines or anything like that, more of like, what's the term? Like tripe. Have you guys ever seen that? That sort of like webbing over meat that's on like a lot of your glands and stuff like that. Like that.
Yep.
It's in foot a lot. Yeah, so this tripe-esque corruption is like has significantly grown out of this archway area, and that archway leads further down so you can't really see the ends of it, but you could see posted up on one of the sides of it, on one of the doorway sides, like the left side, the right side. On the other side of you is Boyer, and at a 15 perception, you could tell by the way her arm is that it is not operative. Her left arm. But she is there. She looks like she looks like a cornered animal. And Kasai is next to her trying to administer what field aid she can, but you can't really fix a broken arm like by wrapping it up. Magic is capable, but magic has its limits as well.
Yeah, how's Kasai?
In the same way that there's a Kasai bloody. Very, very bloody.
Bloody so far seems to be the best case of everyone here.
Roll me your medicine.
Oh, she's not proficient in that, but she has a +3 wisdom? I don't know.
You did pretty good on the perception, so the DC is lower on the medicine. You could tell, even at this distance, her breathing is ragged. She likely has a couple of broken ribs and maybe a punctured lung. You do note that she's missing one of her weapons as well. She normally has a war sickle and like the equivalencies of a hand scythe, like a mono bladed edge, or mono edge blade rather. You note that blade is missing.
I'm guessing she hasn't seen it when she was coming over here.
No.
Something to find later. Kasai, I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. Kasai.
Oh, Kasai's missing her weapons. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A war sickle. I guess the closest equivalency of a war sickle would be like a falx or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely weapons.
I feel like Orianna just has a very serious expression and then sees them and just lets out a very deep sigh, and detenses just a tiny bit. A little bit. Okay. Okay, everyone seems alive. That's good.
And we're all accounted for, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. You guys look around. Vaso is being tended to by America. He's also he's not lean. He is on the fucking ground, sitting upright against a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Compared to everyone else, Vaso might as well look like a Black Knight. That's how scorched he looks.
Oh god.
I was gonna say he survived worse. It's no, he did die when he was thrown across a battlefield. He's come back from worse.
What did you fight, out of curiosity?
The maid.
Money.
The maid? Oh!
Yeah.
The one we saw
Alistair
that
just looked at you incredulously.
Right, yeah, sorry, my brain is mush.
In her defense, she was
so right.
beat to the verge of death as well. So.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we all were, in fairness.
Shrug.
All the more reason to take a brief rest. I think we may need to skip the lab.
I've got a feeling that's a good idea. Very
Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I have enough resources to last in. If we do that.
Could strike while the iron's hot.
Think so. Take a breather and then hit it.
Something like that. Maybe even less of a breather. And go fast.
I think maybe we should have a bit of a breather, considering that Blair over there looks like she's got a broken arm. So you know.
Hey, you didn't roll perception. You don't know that.
Oh fuck! Okay.
Yeah. But Orianna.
Everyone looks very banged up.
Yeah, very banged up. Banged up in ways that I don't think would be recovered from a short rest, regardless. But a rest would be good, because running headlong into that would. Or Orianna wants. No, it's a lot of unknown factors. Orianna kind of wants to try and figure what's the risk of death if we go at the lab right now? But it's like I feel like there's too many factors for her to calculate that.
If you guys had Verdane around, he would roll that custom skill of his, but
Could
Custom skill.
yeah, he had a custom
something.
like tactical leadership skill.
Hey,
Oh,
speaking
what?
of tactical leader, could she spy into like Scabola, see what her opinion on that might be?
Okay.
First got a 15
You
in athletics. Jesus Christ.
sit down on next to a burning bookcase. It's not a growing fire. Don't worry. It's just smolder and cinders. Yeah.
Yeah. It's dying out fast.
And yeah. If anyone wants to do anything, begin thinking on anything you want to do. If not, then obviously taking a short rest is well in the cards. Yeah. I will remind to all of you that had Amaric on your side, which is say the place of power crew. You guys did get healed a bit by him. Remember that?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he got that
Yeah.
mass cure wounds, baby.
Don't think I got
Yeah.
full, so I'm just gonna hit a few.
No,
things.
there's no way you guys got full. You guys
Yeah. Get us for a
Hit
while.
some
I'm
not
at full anyway. I'm doing gold. I'm great.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Fantastic.
I could not be doing better right now.
Shut up, Maron.
You and Frisk can actually go do stuff if you. Well, we'll get to that when we get to that.
All right.
So you sit down, Orianna, and like try to think on, oh my, like how many things, how many variables to add to the situation, and you begin asking Scabola, and she apparates next to you as you begin asking her this question.
This.
What a sorry lot you all look like. Even worse than training. She has like a mirthless chuckle to herself. Pressing forward, she sits down next to you, but in like she's like super squat down. Like her arms are wrapped around her knees, almost in like this like innocent way, like a schoolgirl like looking at a beetle walking by.
I feel like that's a very specific thing. Oh well. I got
Very anime.
Yeah.
She squats down and begins looking at you. Let's see. I imagine Sakani took a lot of Sigillians here in order to live up to his promise. Meaning that they're still trapped here. That or they're on their extraction out, if they have access to such. So, that means they're not elsewhere, at Sakani's tower itself, their keep, or the lab. So there is merit in striking now, while their forces are still in disarray. Time for you to recover is time for them to recover. That being said, I'm sure you're quite physically aware of the danger of such. The Thurgis healing hasn't fixed you entirely. I can hear the blood in your lungs.
Orianna just takes like a deeper breath at that notion. Probably notices her herself.
Yeah, it's like someone pointing out that you're now manually breathing.
We're
like
now
that.
breathing worse.
Exactly. The Blackwater runners are not all-knowing either. They need to rally their forces as well. She begins looking around at some of the Blackwater runners who are just sort of like around. They're never here for long. Like they're basically a constant stream of water as they keep descending down from the windows above, running or floating, like paratroopering down to one of the other sides, like the second floor, and then go into those staircases and running down. They are constantly doing that. They're constantly dying and coming back and going back to the fight.
Even more that they're fighting down there. Okay.
There's a lot more into this place. This repository is huge. I do wonder if perhaps combining the Blackwater runners might be the more fruitful play. They have an infinite number, sure, but an infinite trickle is nothing against the mountain. A crashing wave, though, that might be more effective. But it means the Sigillians can re-rally their forces against that tide. Options. Regardless, The Sigillians and the Water Runners. They are even matched. It is all of you that will tip the tide, so to speak. Wherever you guys are going, she says that and then looks behind her shoulders at the motley, ruined crew assembled. It should be a decisive one. Lock yourselves into clearing this entire realm out, or lock yourselves in to ending it quickly. There is merit in finding treasures and rewards out here. I imagine this repository has a number of secrets that might give you an edge. But such an edge better give you back time, for you are lacking it. The third just said he could hold off Sakani, not best him. Like giving a thirsty man in the desert water. It delays the inevitable. My recommendation would be just to rush the wizard personally. Whatever just happened to him, he clearly wasn't anticipating. His footing's off now. So now's the time to strike, to stumble him forever.
It's a more guaranteed victory, as opposed to trying to get something to give us an edge. Might just be wasting resources.
Though there is the concern over the keep. The good captain did mention that there was a commander of the Sigillians. And you could see some Sigillian bodies here. Given their unique nature, I don't imagine one becomes the best of them on luck.
Right, so what would be stopping the wizard from just summoning that individual when we go on attack?
Or him just performing a backstabbing maneuver on you, a pincer.
I just have to figure out how to help Hafren.
If you wish to strike now, give me control for about a moment.
What are you planning?
I plan on getting you to that tower in one piece.
Is this something you need now, or can we come to a consensus first?
Arrive at a consensus with your less than lucky fellows if you so wish. But no, my offer is for striking while the iron is hot. There's no point in wasting energy on striking when it's cold. So, go on then. I'll be here. As always. She fades away. So, was anyone doing anything during that time? Orianna was mentally talking with Scavola.
Popping
Finding somewhere
head
to sit
mostly.
down.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
somewhere cozy.
Let me ask you guys. If you guys want to lock in a short rest, you guys are free to. But no, that is time you are losing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to up my health a bit.
So out of game, what do we want to do?
10 minutes is all the Sigillians need to re-rally their forces. They are a network mind. They don't exactly need to talk commands.
That's a good point.
I'm quite happy for just
we are at
like
a crossroads.
yeah.
I do have a potion of healing, and right now health is the only thing that I need more of. So
Yeah.
I have superior healing, greater healing, and 2 regular healing. So I'm good.
Also, keep the Sejoyan Guard token. Garth helped a lot with recoloring it.
Oh, let's see.
Where is it?
Where?
Oh, yeah, just show on the episode slide.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I moved you guys to this one already.
No.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Where?
Hey, yo.
Left side,
Look.
bottom left.
Bottom left.
Oh, that's right. I don't have hardware acceleration on.
Oh, there it is. Hello. That's
That's
cool.
what the Sejoyan Guard looks like. Some of them don't have helmets and stuff like that, but a full kit of one looks like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I had
They
to
have
redraw.
spell rifles, which have a equivalencies of a glaive on the end of their barrel.
Yeah, but murderous bayonet.
That's for stabbing, more for slashing.
Fair enough. I had to
Cleaving.
redraw so many of these
Hey,
blue
stop rolling
rings.
60.
Don't use those hit dice just yet.
Oh
Don't know if
shit.
to use
Okay.
them.
I will also show this because Alessander, you would have seen their attacks.
Okay.
So boom, boom. These are the damage outputs they're putting out.
I thought it was a plus 18 to hit for a second. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
That'd be crazy.
Plus 9 to hit, plus 7. Okay, so they don't have a great chance to hit, but like if they hit, they fucking hit.
Mm.
They also have this.
1 additional attack. How many attacks do they have?
2. Well, 3 with
2.
that.
2 and then a third.
And then when they blow up, yeah.
Right.
Asking for a friend.
So now you know their capabilities.
Oh, fucking.
In the fight versus I'm struggling with his name. Takani.
Yeah.
Connie, yes.
Sakani.
Would Alessander
Sakani.
have any sort of indication or notion of whether or not Takani has depleted much of his magical reserves?
That's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would give you an Arcana roll at disadvantage. Let's see.
Alright.
Like it's pretty.
Kind of like-
DC is 20, like the same as his casting stat.
Yeah.
He's
Asking
20,
because
yeah,
if
no.
All right,
we
well,
know kind of,
I'm not going
That's
anywhere.
just that.
I'm
Your
afraid.
friend will not know.
Ooh.
Your
So we
friend
have-
will not know.
So
right. So we don't really know what kind of fight we're picking if we're going for him.
yeah.
We know he's
so-
going to be lower on resources, we just don't know how much. Well,
Yeah.
Or if he's
Actually,
able
it's
to
an
Manax, for
avatar.
example.
If only I thought to ask him. Sorry, Keenan.
No worries about. It is what it is.
All right, all right. Is there a world where he can succeed? There is a world where he can succeed. I will add this to. Okay, then a whopping 1. That's a whopping 1. All right. So, anyways, moving on.
Well, never mind.
I was like,
He
"There's a
never
world
had a
where
shot.
Frisk has fought enough mages to have an idea." Not this one.
Not a chance.
This is not the world.
Speaking of Frisk, forgive me if I misinterpreted, but you said I could do something with him?
If you want to go venturing around, he can go with you because
okay.
he looks like shit, but he's ready to fight still.
If we